What's going on? A lot.
A lot, yeah. So we're gonna just skip the intro, y'all.
Yeah, this probably won't even be in the beginning. This is part of that other one, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So
Y'all.
Zoe says, "What's up?" Say what's
All
up.
sideways.
All sideways, Zozo. There you go.
Y'all.
We got a story.
A
We're
rant.
we're here to rant.
Go ahead. I ain't starting this time. We've told this story to so many of our friends and family, and it's just like, Go ahead. I'm on the verge of tears. Go ahead, babe.
Shoot. Oh, babe. We're 6 days away from the big event, which is our engagement weekend, and our bridal brunch, and
and our birthday party that Friday.
Yeah, but mine is. I think it's the easiest part.
Yes.
Easiest part. But yeah, so we're in the middle of it, and my baby, picked this young lady, this business. What is the business name?
I'm sure you guys remember because probably it'll be the video right before this one is the Valentine's Day surprise date night that I did, and I tagged this company as well, so y'all have seen it.
So we're in the middle of it, and of course this is both of our first times really dealing with an event planner, besides talking to the group that we're deciding on going with for the overall wedding. We thought that they would be overkill to have them in there, so we decided to go with this business here. How we met the young lady is that she was actually at the wedding expo, one of the wedding expos that we went to, and she said she didn't do weddings.
Oh yeah.
She said she didn't do weddings, that she did smaller events like bridal showers, right? And
picnics.
But yeah, so I don't want to ramble. I feel like I'm rambling on to try to tell the story because I can't get into the point of it
without the beginning. Okay,
let
me get us into this. Okay, so y'all already know that we're planning this weekend, and I believe I've mentioned, yes, we've definitely mentioned the fact that we had a vision of our theme that was going to include possibly records, because I remember we were in Olive Garden talking to you guys about it, and how I wanted like that soul, black love, incense burning type feeling, which is hard to explain, I know. And so my matron of honor had come up with a theme, basically, which was urban boho. Okay, it's what we use to describe it, right?
I don't know what that is.
And a lot of people say they don't know what that is, so I have to go into showing them exactly what I mean. There's an Instagram profile that fits it perfectly. But basically, it's paying homage to black love, of course, but also like R&B and soul music, because my grandmother, who's no longer with us, is a R&B singer, or she was back in the day, and she sung with a lot of the blues musicians and stuff. So anyway, I put a post on Facebook, right? And I'm like, I want a event decorator that can recreate this vibe, right? And I put up these pictures that include our wedding colors, exactly how I envision the tables looking, and giving that vibe that I'm talking about. And I actually just noticed, because y'all, I be checking my receipts, and I've been checking it today a lot, and I just realized I had posted a few things sharing this is the kind of vibe that I wanted to go with, and my baby gave me the go ahead to do that. I don't want to keep saying I as if I just did it all by myself, but she said I could go with my little theme, right? So this girl comments and says that you should use this person, right? She tagged this person on Facebook, and she commented back, and she was like, she could, or something like that. And I said, okay, I'm going to inbox you so we can talk about it, right? Somewhere in the discussion on the actual post, I realized this is the woman that we met at the wedding expo. And I was like, oh, that's a coincidence. She had when we first walked up to her and introduced ourselves, she was like, I can't say your name, so I'm going to call you Neza. And I was like, okay, I normally don't let people call me that, but children, but that's cool. I'll let you say that because I'm thinking, I probably won't see you much anyway. But lo and behold, it ended up being her. So when I inboxed her, the conversation starts off with that. Like, oh my God, I can't believe it. You remember when I was trying to explain to you what urban boho is? Because when I was there, I said it and I was like, I don't want that boho. I want our boho. And she was like, oh, I don't think I know our boho. Remember?
Yes, I do remember that conversation.
Gave me another receipt right there. Forgot about that. Okay, so on this post, so then we're in the inbox and I'm like, okay, I tagged you again in some more pictures. And here are more that give you the idea of what I'm trying to go for. And can I get a price quote for, at that point, it was the brunch. Okay. So she crunched her numbers or whatever. She put in her wedding expo discount that she had offered to any brides that were there that booked anything with her. And she sent over the quote. Okay. And I feel like you can jump in here a little bit because, of course, what do we do when we get a price? Got to cover it with the fiance, right? So I sent it to her.
And when she gave the first price, are we giving prices?
Ballparks we can do. Well, I guess it is ballpark either way. Yeah.
Either way. So the first price was like, for the brunch. I think it was.
And that stayed the same actually. So yeah, because we were only talking about the brunch at that party, and it was the 2,000.
So it was 2,000 for the brunch. Okay. I thought it was pretty high because of it's just a bridal brunch. It's 20 people. And when she said $2,000, this is why she wants me to jump in because, I'm the cheap. So when she said 2,000, I'm like, what the? No, that's for 20 people. And on top of that, the young lady had said she doesn't do hot food. Now, when she first came to me and said, hey, I want to do the bridal brunch, and, I think it's a great idea. And so I'm thinking brunch food, right?
Yeah, and I did name things I wanted.
She named like grits,
eggs, bacon,
chicken and waffles,
yep,
that type of stuff. So I was like, all right. So, but this lady didn't do that. So I said, okay, so we're going to pay her $2,000 to have some donuts, croissants, and some fruit. She convinced me once again that, oh, babe, she got to decorate. She got to do this. And still in my mind, I'm still saying that there's no decorations in the goddamn world. This should cost me $20,000, $2,000 for a couple of people to eat some grapes and some cheese. Okay, let's just put it in perspective. I'm not trying to, she's laughing, but I'm not trying to be funny.
She's not.
I'm just saying, for me,
it doesn't make
$2,000 doesn't make sense. I know her
and
mom always tells me, they're always trying to get me to think in that manner. I just am very black and white. I need to see it. And that is not seeing it for me. But for her, she sees it. And that's part of how we, you got to love what it is. So I'm like, okay, if that's what you want. All right. So I agree to the 2,000.
Yeah.
That
and
price.
It took a lot of convincing for her and my mom, in all honesty. Even though my mom told her, like, that's not abundance thinking at first.
She
even
told
my mom
me it
was like,
abundance thinking.
That's a little high. So I go to work convincing, like, y'all gotta understand, there's tables, there's chairs, those are expensive, and there's a photographer included, and we didn't even think about having a photographer for the bridal brunch.
But we already have a photographer
for the bridal brunch.
She keeps saying that, but our guy would have did it, and I don't think.
Oh, we ain't going there. He gonna charge anyway, because he know I ain't his friend. But y'all will get that joke in a minute. Okay, so so I did all my convincing, right? And they said, Actually, in all honesty, it took a week or so, and they were still at no, right? But me and the girl kept talking, and I was thinking then, like, okay, maybe if we get a bundle deal, I can convince them a little bit more, right? So I'm like, okay, so I know you don't do big events like weddings, things like that, but do you think you could do the engagement party that evening, because it's just about 25 more people, and since we already have some of the decor, is that something you could do? And she was like, I'm not sure I can give you a price quote, right? So she went and crunched her numbers or whatever to see what that would be. And this one, I'm thinking, is going to be less. There's no photography included because we already have a photographer and a videographer for the night. The additional things that she was bringing, like the arch, the signs and the stuff like that, I didn't really need that. I just need you to decorate the room, the tables, basically, and stuff. Create the vibe. I said that a million times, creating the vibe. So she gave us a quote again for that. And I cannot remember the very first quote, I'm not gonna lie. But it was like an instant, like, oh, child, we can't do that, never mind. Like, I knew before I even sent it to her, that one ain't gonna be a go. We're probably just gonna have to decorate ourselves for the engagement party. And Babe was even looking for tables and stuff because we felt like we were gonna have to do it. She was calling, people in her bridal party asking, can you help us find tables? Da-da-da.
Yeah.
So I went back to her and I said, that's just not in our budget, especially since we have to get hot food from somebody else. Because again, like for the engagement party, we definitely don't want cheese and crackers and fruit and stuff. And so again, that's another thing that's taken out of the package now. So now there's no food either. There's no food, there's no photography. There's a lot that's taken out of this package, right? That we paid $2,000 for 20 people. Okay?
20 people. Now I'm still stuck on 20.
Y'all gotta remember these numbers. Remember these numbers. 20 people, $2,000 with all that extra stuff I just named, right? So I told her no, that was a little too much with having to get the hot food too. So is there any way we could figure out a way to make it cheaper where we take some stuff out? Because the quote that she sent over, she included an arch, but we already have an arch from the brunch. She included a balloon display thing, and I was like, we don't need the balloons. Can we just use the decor from the brunch, since it's the same colors anyway, and bring that into the engagement party, right? So she came back and she said, the lowest that I could go is $1,800. Unless we change my vision, which was her vision of the layout of how the deck would be, if we change it from round tables to all cocktail tables, because her vision was like round tables down the middle, and then cocktail tables on the sides, on the two sides going down. So it creates kind of like a lounge vibe for like a soul, neo soul type like club. Again, fitting with the vibe. Okay. So she's like, or we could just go to all cocktail tables. I can go down to $1,200. So I don't know what I was doing at that time. I must have been working or doing something else, but I never replied. So before I could reply, and it was like she was talking like it was minutes, but she was texting and basically talking to herself. And she's like, no, I don't think that'll work because I really want to have these big tables. I feel like that'll like really get the vibe going. And let me see, how I can make that work. So I responded back and I was like, yeah, I do agree. I think those tables would create that vibe. So I feel you. She replies back, you know what? $1,000 for the engagement, and I can work out something with my vendor for the additional tables and chairs. So we're good to go. I said, all right. Back to the fiance I go. Okay. So this is when I actually give her and my mom the full thing. Look, y'all. Okay. Now this is good, right? I'm thinking, y'all, we can get both events done. I don't have to do nothing. We don't have to set up no tables. We don't have to decorate. We don't have to worry about nothing for just an additional $1,000. I say, okay. I finally got my okay. I'm excited as shit. My mom says okay. So the portion that she chipped in with, she paid her first half, right? So I send the girl a message and I'm like, hey, first deposit for the first event, meaning the brunch, has been paid. Did you receive that? She says, yeah, I got it. Do you also need me to send a new contract for the 1,000 for the engagement dinner? I said, yes, go ahead and do that. Okay, so we made our deposit. All was well.
Yep, paid it way in advance.
Yeah, back in January.
Where she said to us, oh, you didn't have to send us. You didn't have to pay. It wasn't due. Well, we don't like
Twice. Actually, we paid in advance.
Yeah. And I was like, well, we want to pay, get out of the way, so we don't have to worry about
nothing.
That
tight. We like to go ahead and get it on out of the account.
Pay our bills when we need to pay the bill, so that we don't have to worry about it later, because you never know what happens.
Right. Or you forget, and we, for me, shopping on Amazon and kind of go too far. So,
Or gifts like me for people.
Yeah.
I like to make sure that everything else is paid before I go and do what I want to do. Or what I feel like I have extra for after those things that are important to us are paid. Right? It gives me more room. That's just me.
Yeah.
So we pay, and I'm thinking everything's okay. I say to Chineza, as time goes on, well, babe, I ain't hear nothing. Now I'm expecting from our past, we've only had Sony. Shout out to him, because the guy is on his shit. On top of it. No problems. Payments, we started with him. Really, well, first off, my first experience was the engagement shoot that I had with, and I'm sorry, I forgot his name. Lamar, yes. Who I, picked up the same place that I found Sony on.
Yes.
Both of them guys. First experience, consultations with them, and the engagement, the surprise engagement that I had was in private, and he worked. You've seen I had to go outside and have conversations. He moved, we talked even in short time, you know what I mean? So communication was really fucking key for that. And then he actually set the groundwork for them when we talked to Sony. Yeah. I knew what to expect when we got with Sony. And Sony the same thing, spent, twice? I think we had two different.
For an hour. You both talked to him together for an
hour. And, communication about what our vision is, what our expectations were. He took the notes, made out our payment plans. We paid it up, did up our first shoot, also planned for the other two events. Let's just talk about it all the way up into the wedding. The engagement wasn't even planned, but we already had him booked for it.
Yep.
Besides our photo shoot and our engagement shoot again, right? That was already. So our experiences with talking with him has also set the groundwork to when we also spoke to another photographer as well that we liked. And her sitting there with her, just her communication to us, and then setting up a consultation with us to sit there was nothing like what we're getting at this moment.
Right. And that beginning part may be my fault, because I didn't include you in giving her the vision. And I know, because you always say, like, I don't get what you're saying anyway. So I just sent the inspiration and stuff myself.
But I still wouldn't say that. Business is business.
That's
and I'm just going off of just the experience that I just had an hour ago with this young lady. Is not the experience that I've gotten from three other people.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's just talk about it. I'm just going off of, I've never done this before. Nobody has, for us, this is new experience. Yeah. So when I'm talking to these vendors and and I'm reaching out, or I have an expectation, or we lay the groundwork for it, I go up to this point. I know she's handling it. It was something that she was super excited with. I didn't feel like I needed to be hands-on like with Sony or anybody else, because this is something that she really, really wanted. And I wanted her to have it as well. So for me, when she told me the vibe, I'm easygoing. I want what she wants.
Yeah.
unless it's like some crazy color that I just don't disagree with. But normally, I'm just going to go with the flow of what she wants.
And she already knew. We had already agreed. Every event that's tied to the wedding will have the wedding colors. And we chose that together, so that was the most important thing for her to know.
That was it. How the vibe goes, when it was up to us in the beginning, I was like, how are we going to make that happen? Those were the questions. Where are we getting this stuff from?
Yeah.
That was different. But when we hired somebody else to work with her along the way, man, you could go ahead. Because I said to her, I did say to her, not to, because that was a little rant there. I did say to her, hey, babe, I ain't hear nothing. When we going to talk to the lady?
So I had sent her before she had even asked me that. I had made a post on Facebook about how, it's hard for me to give over control, and that I was, grateful that my mom wanted me to not have to worry about anything, and we get somebody else to do it instead of us. Really, she didn't want to have to do anything. Let's be real on that, because Mrs. P, I don't want to put all her name out there, Mrs. P didn't come up with this idea of us getting a planner until I said, Mom, I need you to wake up early and cook with me for the bridal brunch. And she said, oh, you know what, I got an idea. No, actually, she said, I've solved our problem. I was like, we have a problem? I didn't even know we had a problem. Yes, we're going to hire a planner to do it all. So you don't have to do anything. None of us do. We can just sit back and relax. That's how it should be. That's abundance thinking. That's how this started now.
Yeah. Abundance thinking got us where we are now.
Got us right here. Okay. So I put out a post saying, how hard it was to give over control, because I was getting excited about finding all the stuff myself. And people commented like, girl, let her do her thing. She knows what she's doing, But I still felt like, oh, wait, there's a little bit I could send her, right? So I sent her an email that said, like, here's a link to an Instagram profile that I like. Here are some additional pictures of table settings that I like that use our colors. These are the colors that we'd like. I laid everything like perfectly out so that in my mind, I'm thinking, because of the clients that I work with, we talk about stuff on the phone, or we talk about things like we were doing in our DMs back and forth. But once you're done talking, you need some kind of summary, because you're not going to remember everything that you discussed if you don't recap at the end, is my feeling. So I recap at the end of all my consultations. Look at me. I'm the one that's doing business shit. So I typed this email in a way that, okay, these are the things that I told you, and all you'll need to do is pull up this one email while you're planning to get all the information you need. You never have to go back to the DM and try to search through to find where I said what colors, whatever it was. So I sent that over. So she replied back to me, okay, I got it, I love it, and all this stuff. And then in the DM, she commented, she messaged me and she said, I'm going to send you some things from time to time to approve. I can be worrisome at some times, so if you're busy, just ignore me. I'm sorry. Cool. I responded, girl, I'm a Virgo. Y'all know I say that shit all the time. I'm a Virgo, so I love that that is how you are, because I'm used to being in control. So I like to be in the loop every step of the way. So I'm glad that you're like that. I wouldn't even want to work with anybody that wasn't. These are my words, my exact words. She says, I totally understand. I'm the same way. I don't even know how I got a husband. I'm so controlling. Okay. We laughed, LOL, da-da-da-da. I was like, yeah, me too. I don't know how I got a ring, And all is well. So I'm thinking that really what messed me up, and I was not on my A game, was our date night. Because we planned that date night and she offered to do that for her, I think it created some different dynamic between me and the planner. I'm not sure. We'll figure that out. And also because at the end of that day, when she came back to clean up, she said, I'm so excited about your weekend. I've started planning it and everything and putting it together. I kind of want to show you guys right now because I'm really, really excited, but I'm going to wait till I get it all together, right? So I was like, girl, I trust you, I'm excited for when you do show it to us, okay? So that's really why I didn't harp on the fact that we hadn't gotten anything. And I'm really thinking that we had such a good conversation in the beginning that she should know my vision. I'm trusting her. She kept reassuring me. Even, that post I mentioned on Facebook, she commented on it too. Like, girl, you know I know what you want. We talked about it. I got you. I promise you. I can show you how many times she told me she got us. Okay?
Yes, that's all right. Has us with a gun to our head.
So I let it go and I said, I won't say anything because that was, February 12th. So I let another week go. But then another week came. And I was like, okay, let me say something. I say, hey girl. So when do we start doing the approval things? When you gonna start sending me stuff to approve? She said, I don't even know what that is. I don't have any to-dos for you to do. We're good to go. We're ready. I'm good. You good? Like, what you mean? You don't have no to-dos for the person who's okay. So I didn't have to approve anything, but we're good to go. So I was like, okay. No, her words also were, I don't know what that is. Maybe it was just paperwork. That's what she said. Maybe it was just paperwork I meant. Like the paperwork I sent over for you to sign and stuff. I said, no, hold on. I scrolled up. I got my screenshot. Nah, you was talking about stuff like flowers and decor. And here's the screenshot. You were saying that you were going to get me to approve things, right? And I just need something, That's how I said it. I just need something so that I don't just walk into a room and I'm surprised and there's something in there that I wish was done differently or that I don't like. I felt like there might be things that you might need input on, like what to put on the sign. What words did you decide to put on the sign? And babe, you've been saying all day, what's my biggest concern?
How to spell her name right. Did you spell her name right?
And did you even use the right name? Right? So I'm like, what's the wording that you use for the sign? And I want to make sure the colors are right and that they match the wedding colors and everything. And, just something. I was expecting maybe a mood board or something like that, but just something to give me an idea of what you put together. She ghosted me for a day.
What?
Remember, she didn't respond to me. She ghosted me for that day.
Oh, she ghosted you?
Yes. Tuesday, she said.
Ghosted her. That's the first thing of business. You can say, I'll check back with you later. Something, people. You just do not answer. Who does that? After you receive full payment. And maybe that was our fault.
That was our fault. Never again. We know now. Guys, always tell them you get final payment after the event. At the event or something like that. But no, never again. So the next morning, at like 7 something in the morning, she replies back. A long, emotional text about how she's confused by the energy that I'm bringing to her, and she's gone above and beyond for us, and she's had to work extra jobs to cover our expenses, and she has ordered 5,000 flowers and
5,000 flowers. First off, the woman didn't even see the space. I'm still stuck on, where are you putting 5,000 flowers, lady? Where are you putting it? You never seen the space yet. This is where our dinner is on the outside on a deck that's supposed to fit 50 people. What? Like, where 5,000 flowers? Like, for who? For who? That's more than a wedding.
Yeah. I don't even think we'll have that many for the wedding. I really don't. So
I'll let you continue. I just had to. That $5,000,
5,000 flowers.
5,000 flowers. It has to be alive. Because for who? For where? I mean, this is a huge house that we rented. It's over what? Probably 6,000.
Yeah, like 5,000, something like that, square feet. But I only gave you the deck. I didn't say decorate the mansion. What are we doing?
And I thought it was still on the inside where we were going to have the brunch. I didn't think the brunch was also outside either.
I know, but we're not going to talk about that right now, babe. She keep thinking things that I've already explained to her, but anyway.
Yeah, I'm not getting it, I guess.
But yes, everything's on the deck. I love the house because of the deck, and so that's what we're using as the deck. So yeah, she says that. She says she doesn't understand this energy that I'm bringing to her because she's done all this. She's gone above and beyond for us and all this stuff. And I felt like because we are friends that, you know, I could just make these decisions and you know, kind of surprise you with it. And I apologize for that because I totally dropped the ball business-wise. And I need to learn how to think differently when it comes to business and realize that people are not my friend and I don't have to go above and beyond for them and all this stuff. And, you know, I apologize and all, but I just, you know, thought because we were friends, she just kept saying that, like, I can make all the decisions. But I will meet with you. I am good with meeting with you whenever you want. If you guys want to, you can come into my office if you need to. Just let me know. Okay? So I let my baby read this message, and that morning I was, screaming in here, like livid, and all I kept saying was, I am not this girl's friend. I don't even know what this message means. I am not her friend. I don't know her like that. What's she talking about? And my baby's like, why are you so focused on this friend thing?
Yeah, I said, you missing the forest for the trees. She don't have nothing.
But I knew that's the excuse she's trying to use for why she is fucking up right now. And trying to act as if I did her wrong. She's done so much for me and I'm ungrateful and oh my God, I'll never think of you as a friend again. Yes. It's Wednesday morning at 7 o'clock in the morning and you're telling me that we can't get anything until the end of the week still. What are you talking about? Like what?
Nothing.
You've gone above and beyond. Show me the fucking, I'm sorry, let me stop cussing so much. Show me the 5,000 flowers. There should be a picture of that. There should be a picture of the website where you're renting them from or whatever. Show me something. And I kept saying it like that. Like, I just need something. I just need something to make sure I'm okay. And in reality, I need something because my fiance needs something. I can't just keep telling her like, oh, it's okay, babe. It's gonna be okay, babe. Because now I'm getting worried like, maybe it's not okay.
And I was like, why? I talked to everybody else. Why are we not having no consultation? Like, where's the conversation? Like, where's my conversation of what we supposed to be doing at this moment? So we bickering, and I mean bickering.
And all I keep saying is, but I'm not even her friend. I don't get it. What she mean? That she did so much for me and she felt like because we're friends and she knows me so well, she could just make the decisions herself. No, you can't. You don't know anything about me. You've met me twice. I am so confused right now. You know nothing about me. And I was so worried, like, do you even know my real name? Because on Facebook where you're talking to me, my name is Mahogany. Are you putting that on my signs? Because no, I don't know. She not getting married. That girl ain't getting married in this house, so don't bring that sign in here. Okay, so I respond back after I calm down and we do our bickering and stuff. And I'm like...
She stormed upstairs, y'all, and spent half of the day upstairs while I worked downstairs. Because she was mad at me.
Because she was mad at me, told me it was because I wanted so much control and da-da-da-da-da. And she just needs to be the one to do it and da-da-da. So I told her, you planned the whole thing, then you planned the whole wedding, you tell me when to show up.
Fuck. And I said, I will, but I'll have
and
my
And
communication.
I said, it's fine. And I grabbed my phone and I stomped up the stairs.
I said, I'm taking care of it the rest of the way. You're not.
I was
You're
pissed,
not.
y'all. I was so pissed. Notice
sure
that I
did.
didn't say I wasn't showing up to that wedding, though. I just said, I'll just show up.
And
But,
I said,
yeah.
that's fine.
Sure
What
did.
we're not doing is this.
We ain't talk all day. Well, for a few hours. And I went up there right after saying I wasn't going to do nothing. And I was still in the doggone email playing and stuff, talking to the caterer. So anyway, I respond back and I say, I can't wait until Sunday. We obviously need to have a conversation. Because at this point, we got to figure out this friend dynamic thing you're talking about, girl. Let's have this over the phone because something's changed and I'm confused. Let's talk about it. And I don't know what energy you're talking about I'm bringing to you because I'm not. I'm literally just asking you, can I see something? I got ghosted again, y'all.
Ghosted. Got zero.
Ghosted. I got absolutely nothing. And then Friday, I woke up and My phone said I had a friend request from her personal page. I'm not going to say her personal name. And I'm like, that's weird because we already friends. Why I got a friend request from her? Especially when I'm ghosted. No, she went and unfriended me, and I guess she pressed the button a second time, and it accidentally sent me a notification. I guess she thought when she did the little cancel the friend request that it would also take away the notification, but it didn't. It was the first thing I saw early in the morning when I woke up. So I'm like, oh, now we're not even friends on Facebook. I guess now we done finally figured out that we just not friends, so we can't be friends on Facebook either. So I message, and I'm like, so can you just let me know if we're still good? Are we having the events next weekend or no? And I say it just like that. 2 options. Are we doing it or no? She responds back with, yeah, I would never do that to anybody. I will definitely be showing up for your event. Everything is good to go. I promise you. All the way down to the napkins, girl. I got you. Don't you worry. I will have something to show you on Sunday. Then went back and replied to my message about we need to talk because obviously something's not right here and I didn't have no energy, and told me that I agree to disagree with you on this.
Yeah.
What you disagreeing about? What are you talking? There's nothing to agree or disagree about at this point. I have no energy, ma'am, that I'm bringing towards you. I just want some pictures of what you are bringing to me. I'm trying not to cuss. What you are bringing to this house to set up for this event. That's all I'm asking. I have no energy. There's nothing to disagree with. So I felt myself getting a little hype again. So I said, you know what? I ain't going to say nothing. I'm just going to love the first message that says, I'll have something for you on Sunday. And went about my day yesterday. Today comes. Today's Sunday, y'all, in case y'all don't know.
Yep, today's Sunday.
2 o'clock comes. I'm like, haven't heard anything. 3 o'clock comes. Still haven't heard anything. So I finally text again, and I'm like, hey, what time can we expect to get some stuff from you? No answer.
Ghosted. Again.
3 o'clock. 4 o'clock. I moved to texting because we texted during the time that she was going to set up the date night. Same message. Good afternoon. What time can we expect to talk? Ghosted. So my baby told me, look, if you don't have a reply by 5 o'clock, I'm taking over. And you're done with it. So I let her take over because 5 o'clock came and we didn't get a reply.
Now during this time, because it's my time.
Yes, it is.
During this time, I noticed that when she told me that she was unfriended, I was like, well, she didn't unfriend me. And I'm seeing her little subliminals being out there. I just, I'm not a Facebook person, so I don't, I see things, whatever. I just tell her, oh, she's sick today or whatever her issue was on that one, and kept it pushing. So when 5 o'clock came around, a little bit over, I got off the phone with my aunt. And I had said to her, well, send me her phone number. Because, I don't want to do it. First off, the Facebook stuff, I had said to her that, I really didn't like that because we have our email. And that's where all our vendors communicate with us, right? So because of that, I had said to her, I don't like that Facebook stuff. Just email her. You know what I mean? It's more formal. It's business. I don't want to do none of that. So for me, I was like, I'm just going to call her, because I'm not going to do anything. Plus, she unfriended me anyway. I found out.
You didn't know yet.
I didn't know. So I call her. It's ringing, and ringing. She's a Verizon person because it said, hi, this is Verizon. And then this phone number is no longer in service.
Please check the number and
Please check the number and try again. And I'm like, what the hell? It's ringing. What number do you know rings 7 times? I'm letting it ring to go to voicemail so that I can leave a voicemail to tell her to please call me back so that we could have some kind of receipt, right? But it said that the number wasn't in service.
Yeah.
Go figure. She says I got blocked On my phone, I've never blocked someone as they're calling me. I had to actually log out. I'm a Verizon person too. So I know I have to hit off, send them a voicemail, and then their name comes up, and then I can hit block. So I was lost. So then I proceed to go to the inbox now. And in the inbox, I politely said to her, hey, I'm not sure what's going on or why we are not having any communications or why you're not picking up your phone. But, I want to make sure that we're still, good. All right? Zoe, knock it off, mama. And so as I'm doing that, I sent it. The phone rings. Now it comes across her name, her husband's name comes across, like I'm pretty sure mine did when she got hers. Because one thing about Verizon is it puts your name all the way up there. Natasha Marie Kelly come across their screen. Okay? Comes across there, and I know it. So she called and she's like, hey, how you doing? And I go into it and I say, hey, I just want to know what's going on because we haven't heard anything. I know I need something. And she's like, girl, yeah, I got you. I just, wanted to, what did she say? She said that, everything's okay. We're good for Saturday, this and that. And I said, well, I need some communication on what is planned. I need to see something. And she was like, oh, well, yeah, I can send you something right now of what it is. I said, yeah. I said, because I think we all need to step back and breathe a little bit through all of this. Right? And I was like, and she was like, yeah, well, I know. And she was like, it's my fault because, I never had a customer who's wanted updates every step of the way. That I usually deal with people who just allow me to do what I want to do. And she was like, and I have to change the way that I do business because I treat everybody like we're friends. So I interjected and I said, well, that's okay. But for me and for her, that doesn't work because I don't know you like that. I don't know you. I don't know you at all. So I wouldn't say that. So communication for me is key. And I need it every step of the way going forward, all the way up until it's Saturday. I made it very clear that that's just what I need as your client now, regardless of what you thought. And I'm telling you that I don't know you. And we not friends.
Now, let me interject really quickly because this is not how she said these things to her. The way she said it was very cordial, very, like, I totally understand that's how you do your business and I understand. But for me, I don't really know you like that. So for me, because she was trying to say that because she saw me as a friend, she brought that shit in again. And so she was like, for me, I don't know you. So obviously you can't use that with me. And she just let her know I would just appreciate if you could kind of over communicate for the next 6 days, just to put our mind at ease and just to let us know that everything is okay, because we're just a little in the dark right now and we don't know what's happening, when it's happening. She even asked, can we do a rundown of like what we can expect that day? Because at this point we don't know anything.
What time you showing up? Like and I'm a little hyper at this moment, but for me to have the type of, this is the real me, how I wanted to respond.
I was scared to even let her talk to her.
Because that's the reason why she didn't want, she thought that as soon as I get it, I'd explode. Which is what y'all are actually seeing. Because I don't mince words. Yeah. But I know in the type of, this woman, we paid her $3,000. In total, right? $3,000 that we paid her, and we don't know whether this person's going to show up. And what is she showing up with? Right? Because I know me. If you show up and it's not what I expected, then it's a different ball game. Yes. It's no longer, and you don't have time to self-correct.
Right.
You don't have time to fix this, and you're telling me that I have to just swallow it. I have to, now my day is ruined, and I have to, so I'm trying to prevent this and to make her happy as well.
Y'all, up until this point, I thought the only problem we possibly could have is that those doggone signs said mahogany or Chinese or something crazy.
Yes.
I thought that was the worst it could get, y'all. Until she told my baby she was going to send over some examples of what she done put together. Now, y'all, by now probably know our wedding colors. I think. I don't know. I can't even tell you if you do. But I told y'all how many times I've told her what they should be. Okay? They should be hunter green, burnt orange, champagne, chocolate brown. Babe, what color pictures popped up on your doggone phone?
She sent some damn red, teal.
Have y'all ever seen those colors together?
She went on the Facebook, found a picture that was from our engagement photo shoot, right? Which is not even the color, because we do have the colors. You know, there's 2 sets of engagement photos that we have, but we only showed the one set. We never showed the second one because we haven't done that.
For the engagement party.
It's for the engagement party. So we didn't show that one. It's not on there. So you don't even see that color scheme for that. And she figured because of the car, she thought it was because, you know, Nezzy,
as she called me now,
was in front of the, you know, our car, that was the picture that she was going to put on our signage. And that is a no-go. So I don't have the Twitter fingers, as I call them. So we revert to having Ari, our daughter, my stepdaughter.
Daughter, our maid of honor.
Yes.
She stepped right on in.
Go ahead and write this shit. She reading it. She's all along with this, shaking her head. Just guys. Ari gets on there, gets real straightforward. That is not going to happen.
Yeah.
Those colors aren't going to happen. There ain't no red.
No.
Ain't no red. Okay?
And she said it still very politely.
Yes. We
have this down as the event being this color, this color, this color.
And that the colors that you're showing above was only for the engagement shoot. It is not for the engagement party nor the brunch.
The brunch. It's not.
And that we are okay with using some, not even just, I don't know how she worded, not all, you know, because it was red. That's all we saw, red and teal.
Yeah, I don't think she said we were cool with not using it. She just asked.
She said we wanted more greenery.
Yes.
In there.
Because that's she basically took the email. Remember that email I told y'all that I made it all step by step? My baby sat here and took sentence by sentence and just just said it again. Reiterated. I can't even talk.
Reiterated.
These are the colors that we discussed. This, this is just how it should be. Bottom line. Then she replied back to you. Oh, well, we saw bubbles for a long time.
Yeah, a long time. She had to think for these couple of sentences that she wrote.
Because it wasn't much.
She finally, after 15 minutes, I think it was, she came back and basically told us that she can do some of our colors.
For the brunch.
For the brunch. And that for $1,000, she cannot do that for our engagement.
Custom colors.
Custom colors, yes.
Custom colors. To who? Green and orange is custom to who?
This broad done got $3,000 to basically really just set up the brunch and to carry over that same scheme with a couple of more chairs and tables.
5 more chairs.
No food. Nothing. She's
no
just
photographer.
no photographer, none of that. Just to carry over the theme, which are the tables and chairs. And she told me that for $1,000 that she could not make it possible.
And what do you need to be, babe? What she told you need to be?
And then the broad had the audacity to say that I need to be, what was the word, babe?
Babe, you wasn't ready for my cue right now?
No.
That would have been so much better if she knew, right?
Yeah.
She said we need to be reasonable.
Oh, yeah, reasonable. That was the word.
Now, this is the second time that this girl has thrown it up in our face as if we came to her broke and down and out. And girl, how can we make a party work? Can you work with our low budget?
3 G's.
Because we don't know what to do. Can you help us out? No. I asked for price quotes and got them. How did you price your stuff in a way that you can't afford it and now it's my fault?
I don't know how she can. I'm still trying. For me, I'm trying to wrap my head around that what you're only doing is adding another table or two and 20 chairs. Right? Because you're doing 25. You already got those chairs. So if you add another 25 and a couple of more tables.
And, the dishes. That's
the dishes.
But I said specifically, if y'all remember back in the beginning, I said, can we make this cheaper by just using the decor that we're already going to use during the day? So those same flowers and stuff should just be spread out on whatever new tables we have to make it, because it's a whole nother feel. Like for the brunch, the pictures that I sent for that, the flowers were going down one long table. So there's a lot just in the middle. For each individual table for the engagement dinner, there just needs to be a little centerpiece. There doesn't need to be as much. So you should be able to take all of that and break it into what you need to for the tables. Here I am being the planner, and trying to make it make sense. And she said she understood that, and that was fine. But now we're acting as if somewhere in your head you thought I could get, well, I guess we just forgot about my colors completely.
Yeah.
Completely.
Colors we can, because they're custom colors. I don't understand how we custom colors.
But you responded to a post with these same colors and never said, well, your price quote should have just included custom colors, right? Because you already knew the color scheme before we even started talking. You commented on a post with pictures with the colors. Come on now.
So now she want to talk about how about we need to be reasonable and that she can set up a time to talk to us tomorrow at 2.
Because she got to go prep for
She didn't yeah, because she's prepping for another event. Screw you and that event. Because honestly, I'm not understanding, and now I'm pissed off. Because this is the part that I was trying not to do.
Yeah.
I was trying not to be that person. Because there's 2 of us. The reason why you're talking to me is because you can't behave and give her what she wants. Let's just talk about it. The only reason why I'm on the phone and I'm the unreasonable person. So I'm never going to be reasonable, sweetheart. Let's just get that understood. This one is not reasonable. I'm very black and white. Yes. I paid you X amount of dollars. You told me I was getting X amount of things. And now you're telling me you can't deliver on those said things. I have a problem. Then you try to dictate my schedule tomorrow. We gave you grace. You were supposed to talk to us yesterday. You were supposed to send us something, weeks ago.
Right.
And we got nothing up until this point. Now I'm telling you, you send me something red, and I'm blunt telling you, hell no, you better not come up in this motherfucker with red. Red better not show up anywhere in the stratosphere of where we are. Red is not a part of it. I can't see red in anybody's shit. And I keep saying that. And she keeps telling me, well, there's people out with red. Not me, not I.
And say, I used red in mine. But she said, who uses red for an engagement party?
Red.
Ari said, if you come up with red, you better come with a bucket, some water, and some bleach so you can dip them in there and make them orange before you walk through this door.
I don't mean that you're seeing us raw and uncut.
Yes, you are.
This is the height of it. And all qualms for me because I did my best to communicate in a manner with her that is unbeknownst to me. I just know that she she cannot not show up.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's what I feel
right now.
Yeah, I feel like she got a gun to our head. We paid this woman X amount of dollars, and you're telling me that you picked a whole color scheme that had which weren't part of our communications at all.
Ever.
We have the receipts. We have the communications. We never asked for any of that. And you got the audacity to say, you got 5,000 flowers. What color are these flowers? Ma'am, what color? Red. And if so, send them back. You got 6 days to fix this. For you to say that you can't correct what you had the audacity to do on someone's engagement is to pick my goddamn colors and say, we gotta be smart. What world do you think you live in that you can pick my engagement colors?
Who does that?
This ain't a surprise birthday party. I didn't solicit you and say, hey, surprise us. No, bitch, we didn't do that.
No.
What we did was, this Virgo sent you A, B, C, D. It's the easiest thing that you could ever get. Is somebody to gift wrap you something, and you are not smart enough to freaking do it.
Now that just, oh. Y'all, I had so many high hopes for this girl because from looking at the pictures and stuff that she does take of the things that she has done.
They're beautiful.
They're beautiful. And I felt like she's so talented. And all I kept saying, y'all know me, those of you that do know me, that's my passion. That's what I do. I help Black women entrepreneurs structure their business correctly. Because many of us, we talked about that today, many of us have a hobby or we can do something and we know how to be the worker in our business. We know how to design graphics. We know how to put an event together and, to decorate. But the business part of it is not always just natural for everybody. So to me, I was taking it as this is God sending me someone who is very talented and I see that can go far. After we're done with this event and I'm able to see her process, I can offer her not my services, but my advice, not even asking for payment or anything, on how you can make this better. Because there was little things that I'm just like, okay. Like your contract is not an actual contract. There's nothing for me to actually sign. That's not good. It should be more than just us emailing back and saying, okay, I agree on this contract. Yes, it is something you could take to court, but you need an actual contract. So like just little things like that. I never thought it would get to this point. I never thought it would get to the point where I would have to tell you how to do your entire business because you're making it seem like you don't know what event planning is about. But I know it's not about talking to somebody for as much as we did and then just doing what you want to do and then blame them because somehow you've become their friend in your head.
I don't know.
That's crazy to me. And even a friend, I have friends that do events. My soror does events. I promise you, if we had paid her to do it, even she would have sat down and asked us, what do you want? And she knows me. But there's no way she would have just said, I'm going to go pick their colors. What? I'm just so crazy. I'm crazy. She crazy. Y'all, I'm trying not to cry is what I'm trying not to do because all I keep thinking is this woman at this point. Oh, so the end of the story so far right now is we asked to meet right now since you said that we could meet on Sunday and we're ghosted again. So at this point, I'm like, is anyone even showing up? Or we're just going to have a house full of people trying to figure out where we're going to seat them to eat the food that the caterers bring. That's really what I'm starting to feel like. I'm not going to have any pictures from the bridal brunch like I thought I was. Besides the ones we take on our phones and stuff. So like all of that. And it's just really, it's sad that people do this to people, especially when it's important events like this. And it just really hurts me that another Black woman who is married, so I know she has to know how this feels, that she's okay with just causing this much stress and confusion on a day that I just wanted to be happy.
This is supposed to be stressless. That's why you go with a planner. That's why you go with a planner, to relieve the stress. It's a hands-off type thing. It's just, yeah, I agree with that, and you go and make it happen. If you can't make it happen, you go back to the drawing board, you let us know, and we fix it. It's really simple.
Simple.
It's not that hard. It's not rocket science at all. But you don't just go out. That just makes me feel like if this is how you run your business, that's because you're limited in your own capacity. So you know that you don't want to outthink yourself, or you don't want people to put pressure on you. So you go and you do things that you're comfortable with. You're never going to be pushed forward to grow in your business if people don't bring you designs that might be out of your scope. And I think for me, the reason why your behavior is this way is because you're limited. You want to stay in that same mindset of what you can do so it looks great. Yeah. Because you don't want to fail. Well, don't fail with you. Failed us. Hopefully you don't fail anybody else.
I don't know. Not really.
But as far as I feel about it, that's my perception of it. And this was my first conversation with her, and I was happy that I handled it beautifully because I stayed A1. Because, like I said, I feel like she has a gun to my head with it. You know what I mean? Like my engagement party is held hostage, and I don't know what's going on with it after I paid X amount of money. And I don't know if anybody knows what that feels like, but it's not a good feeling. Not just our money, but her mom's money as well. You know, there's other people who invested in this as well.
I'm scared to even tell her, y'all. I haven't even said anything because, like I said, I did so much convincing for both of them. It's hard enough I had to tell you and then make you upset, and I just wish I just would have never ever booked with her. I just wish I would have just kept planning the way that I was. And at least then they could just be mad at me that I spent too much money on the stuff that I got. But at least it would still be pretty and we'd have stuff.
I wouldn't say, I think she's just going to show up with the shit that she's showing up with.
That's what she thinks.
I really do.
A lot of people feel like
she's just going to just
throw and that she's
that
trying to get us to just, she wants us to breach the contract in some way so she doesn't have to show up. She feels justified in not showing up or something like that. So a lot of people feel like she's just not coming. But, I mean, I would much rather, I don't want her to come with this stuff that she's talking about because y'all, that color scheme, that was not cute. So I don't want her to come with that, but at least I just need my tables and chairs, and so I just want these people to have somewhere to sit. I can decorate myself, and we can handle this, getting this money back later. Because it ain't nothing to put in a court case, honey. We can do that. But I just want these people to have somewhere to sit. And I don't care if I have to just figure it all out myself to make it pretty. But I just don't want to be looking stupid. Like right now, I just feel like a clown. Because I was rah-rah for somebody. Just #1 cheerleader. Y'all are going to love what she does, I promise you. And I look stupid.
No. We look like somebody who dealt with someone who's just crappy at what they do. It is what it is. For me, it's in God's hands. So the way that I feel, I'm angry at the behavior, but I'm still going to keep the
hope.
Yeah. I'm not going to, you know what I mean? I think I think she's a smart enough person to actually just give us what she wants because she got to keep that money. And I do think she did throw in how she used other people's money to do this event. So I think she purchased things with this money, and she needs it to use it. And that's why it's the color scheme that she's talking about. I think that's the reason why. This is so that she can repurpose it and reuse it going forward. So she thought we were going to be okay with her coming in with something red or teal. Which has... No.
If I would have walked down those stairs to that red and teal explosion. Oh my God. I don't even know what I would have done. Oh Jesus. The whole day would have been ruined. The whole day. What'd you see, man?
Nah, it looked like it was missing.
Oh no, there's like one little reflection that does this little trick, and it makes me think that too. And then I stare at it, and I'm like, I don't know. That's my little special diamond, I guess. But yeah, y'all will have to tell y'all how it all turns out. Didn't expect us to talk for an hour because I thought we'd be able to put this into a different video that we have been shooting for you guys to just kind of show the process of us planning everything. So this one will probably be by itself because it's like an hour and something. It's not like a whole lot I can cut out.
2 parts.
But we want to show you guys something before we go.
Yeah, on a happier note. Happier note. So, you know, we got all our gifts for everybody, but I wanted something really special for her mom and my aunt. Yeah. For them to wear at the wedding from us. You know, just saying our appreciation, and you know, especially her mom and my aunt. You know, she's my mom's last sister, right? Mm. Really. So we went into we'll go ahead and
so we put her toy in it.
To Zales.
Yeah.
Right. So we got 2. I don't know which one that you have.
I know.
But I love the boxes, so they'll see. You know how they kind of felt like I left them out the last time in the other video. I had to do another one, so I wanted to make sure that I actually that, you know, I made sure that they weren't left out, and that in their boxes, I just wanted them to have something really special so that they know that what they mean to the both of us. Yeah. So on a happier note through all of this, this is what happened. I got the cheapskate, had to get to go spend some more money today for them that I'm really proud of, that we can provide, and I hope that they love it. So this is what I had picked up for my aunt to wear. I don't know, it looks like it's...
There you go. Oh, because it's on cinematic. There we go. Go to the middle, like where your face is. There we go.
There it is. There it is. So right there is what I got my aunt, which is some pearls and some diamonds around it. Yeah. So I'm really happy that I can give her something like this that she can keep as a keepsake as well, to remember me and Chineezee's union. And I love that her support for her, because she really does love her. And that means so much to me that she does. So I'm really happy for that. And we also picked, well, Chineezeee said her mom loves opal. I don't know what that means. But so we picked this. Yeah, sorry about that. The camera died.
We talked too much.
Too much. Way too much. So again, this one is what we got for Chineezee's mom. And it's opal. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get it to... What?
Oh, you know what? You guys, I just remembered. This is what all the YouTubers do. And I forgot. This is what we're supposed to do. Oh, wait. It's still not working. That's what they normally do. They put their hand behind there. Oh, there we go. Y'all see it? It's cute. Only for a second until I learn how to do this hand thing, y'all. We're going to get it one day. There we go. Beautiful. I think she's going to love it.
Yeah, so pretty cool. So this is what we want them to wear at the wedding. So we're pretty proud of that. I am, at least.
Yeah.
To be able to go in.
It was my baby's idea.
Always. I'm the sentimental one.
She loves giving gifts.
Yes. So yeah, that is what we wanted to end on, a happy note, because it makes me feel really good. So I can't wait to give it to them, and I have like a little speech to give, since I gotta be the speech giver of the night.
Most of the night, yeah. Y'all get to see all that. Well, most of it.
And it'll give people a different chance to see me in a different light.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm soft enough for some people. So they don't get to see what it is, and I think a lot of my family too haven't really seen me. They just remember the little me, in the 20s me, which is a little more raw and not refined as I can be. And trust me, I still got a lot of work to do on myself. But yeah, pretty good. I'm proud of it. We want to thank you guys for listening to us rant.
Yeah.
If you guys have any suggestions that we could have done differently handling our vendors, because we definitely have a hell of a lot more vendors to deal with over the next 18, 19 months, right?
Yeah.
That's what we have, right?
Something like that. A lot of months. But
Yeah.
I just know.
If you have
Y'all tell me how not to end up being their friend.
Yes.
Because what did I do there to cause that?
Yeah, maybe it's something on our end or to set, or what to really put in the contracts from our end of what our expectations are. And when do you pull back? You got any suggestions where we would pull back from when we didn't get the information back in February? Where we could have felt like concern needed to be heard from us for her so that we can do corrective behavior? I don't know, but leave it down in the comments below. We do appreciate it, and thank you for listening. We love you. Be happy. Stay blessed.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Bye, y'all.
Boy, now you make me float.